Hi there. So I'm Jen. And I have a question for all of you. If I fainted right now, what would you do? Would you panic? Would you call 911? In this moment, would you even stop and wonder if calling 911 is really what I want or even what I need? Well, now, what if I were to tell you that when I was an undergrad, I fainted up to 4 times a week, but I typically only needed 5 minutes in a glass of water? Would that change your mind on what I might need? Well, so that's the point. For those of us with complex health problems, 911 is not always the best option. I know this very, very well because as a representative sample, in 3 weeks of my undergrad, I had 15 911 calls. It cost me nearly 30% of my income, and I wasn't really getting the care that I needed. This is a much larger problem than you might think. There are 88 different medical reasons why someone might make a 911 call on behalf of someone with a recurring health problem. According to a RAND study, 30% of the ER visits by the chronic illness community are deemed unnecessary each year, to the tune of $8.3 billion annually. This is despite the fact that 30 million people in the community are spending $7.2 billion a year on medical alert systems. There's definitely room to improve our options. Now, seeking a solution and having a biomedical engineering background, I designed 119. It's a patented wearable medical ID system that can speak to bystanders for me when I can't and guide anyone through giving me the right care at the right time for me. Because in a public medical event, the true first responder is not a paramedic, it's a bystander. It's all of you. So I made a functional prototype, and in my final semester of classes, I didn't have a single 911 call that I didn't ask for. This was after having hundreds of 911 calls. So this system exists today as 119, which I use in my daily life. If you want to try it out, come find me later. So, what would this world look like if 119 was scaled everywhere? So let's imagine, once again, that we find someone fainting, that this happens instead. You hear a pre-recorded message on the unresponsive person's phone or smartwatch that gets you to look at their device. You find a QR code, you scan that QR code. That QR code takes you to a series of prompts that in under 90 seconds, you're able to evaluate and assess what that person really wants and needs. Whether that's something really simple, like a glass of water in 5 minutes, or something slightly more complicated, like tailored information that you need to tell the paramedics. But it's not just about unnecessary medical calls, though. This could help convey information like where is someone's inhaler or EpiPen. It can help worried parents stick to their child's new epilepsy care plans, and family members remember what to do in a hospice situation. Yes, this translates to a lot of money saved by the insurance companies, by the hospitals, and most importantly, by the patients. Hopefully, this will empower the upwards of 150 million Americans to own their own care. I'm often asked, why 119? Well, the competitive analysis is really, really simple. There are no current medical alert systems specifically designed for bystanders. If 119 existed, I would really just go buy that, not need to build it. So this is a large market. In the US alone, there are 129 million Americans with at least one medical condition. If we start talking about a $20 a month subscription, that's theoretically $31 billion of revenue a year. Now, if we talk about scaling it down to initial markets of asthma and diabetes, we're still talking about many millions of people. Now, these communities overlap by 16%, but still equate to a $16 billion annual segment. Given that 1.5% of asthmatics and diabetics already have a medical alert system, our initial target segment is around $240 million per year. Now, remember, there's still 86 other medical conditions that we can target next. For $20 a month, the cost of a movie rental, high-need clients of 119 can dramatically improve their quality of life. We'll meet our community where they are by partnering with advocacy groups for specific chronic illnesses and disabilities to go to market. Scaling 119 is achievable through partnerships with these groups that are easy to target. Instead of a direct-to-consumer model, we'll put together these partnerships to really reach our end users. And there's many other ways that we could go about this. For example, Medicaid patients with a waiver can utilize their funds on assistive technology like 119. We're currently awaiting any day now classification by the FDA. While we're in this phase, I'm a sole founder supported by advisors and contractors. Now, Phil, Dave, and Max have decades of experience on regulatory matters, innovative corporate strategies, and product management. Once we're classified, we'll add a CTO and a full development team to make this market ready and build the full operating team. We've been really lucky over time to be supported by academic institutions, philanthropic dollars, and social impact-oriented accelerator programs. Collectively, we've raised about $436,000 in dilutive and non-dilutive funding. What started as a weekend pitch project for me is now a patented software system. The challenge of getting a software as a medical device to market is the FDA timeline. Our current functional prototype works well, but doesn't meet FDA standards. And to meet those standards, we have to go through that pipeline. And so it's possible that this might be classified under a 510(k) exemption, but it'll still be a Class 2 medical device. To build our roadmap for what that looks like, we looked to our predicate device, the only other medical alert system that has FDA approval, called Lifeline. And that helped us put together what our roadmap for the future looks like. While we await this classification, we're building relationships with advocacy groups, building enthusiasm, and pursuing partnership letters of intent. In 2025, we need to hire that tech team to build the FDA-level prototype, and we hope to be launching in 2027. So we're looking for $1 million safe. I never actually wanted to develop a system or build a company, but I need to live in a world where 119 exists. I dream of a world where the chronic illness, disability, aging communities retain their fundamental rights to dignity, respect, and humanity during these very humbling public medical events, and where access to this right care is commonplace in our culture and on our devices as an Amber Alert. To get there, though, I need your help. Please, let's redefine what a medical emergency is together. Thank you.